Most men chase relationships thinking that love and approval will make them happy, yet they end up anxious or heartbroken because they're building their sense of worth and stability on someone else's behavior. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how having a clear purpose completely changes your life. You stop being reactive, reclaim control over your mind, and gain the kind of leverage that allows you to walk away from any relationship that doesn't serve you while also maintaining your values. If you're new here, I'm Keith. I've been writing online for the past decade. I've helped thousands of men not only improve their game, but actually become greater men in the process so that they can have more freedom and meaning in their life. So, to begin with, having a why to live for as a man makes you indestructible and uncontrollable in the best possible sense of the word. I want you to imagine for a moment a man whose why is very simple. He wants to build something meaningful that outlives him, such as mastery over his craft, stretching the limits of his physical abilities, and to provide and lead without external validation. So he trains consistently, he focuses on his craft regularly, and he structures his life around self discipline, development, and long term goals. These habits to which he is applying himself make him emotionally shatterproof because whether a woman pulls away or someone disrespects him, he feels it, but it doesn't actually turn down his self esteem because his identity is not anchored in approval or romance. So he does not beg or negotiate attraction because his source of meaning does not come from her behavior or her response. He has no control whatsoever over those things. Yes, loss and heartbreak are painful, but they don't erase his habits or his mental powers to which he is subjecting himself to. Apart from being emotionally shatterproof, he is also socially uncontrollable because women cannot easily manipulate him with sex or validation or shame. You see? So if a woman said, "Oh, if you really loved me, you'd stop working 15 hours a day." He's not going into panic mode justifying himself. The real question to him is whether or not that aligns or undermines his purpose. Most men who struggle or haven't found their purpose are simply reactive. They respond to life and indulge in self pity or victimization. But a man who has authority over himself is constantly acting. So he doesn't need to check his phone every second of the day or adapt his values to avoid loss of any kind. You see, so once your life has this kind of direction, your nervous system will calm down and you will be able to have exceptional composure even under pressure. This is what creates what we call aura of respect. It's that unshakable heart to influence masculine essence that is so hard to come by. And at a civilization level, most men today are just flat out directionless, not lazy or stupid, just completely ungrounded. When your meaning comes from women or social approval or comfort, you have become reactive and your nervous system is completely and constantly scanning for threats and rewards. This is actually what produces anxiety, resentment, and other negative emotions that start to dictate the whole course of your life. So, having a why actually recenters meaning inside your own chosen path, and it's not in the hands of others. That's why it creates emotional invulnerability because nothing essential can be taken from you at any point. So, purpose makes relationships and dating effortless because you are preoccupied by pursuing greatness. And you wake up in the morning knowing exactly what role you must play in order to succeed. And I want you to think of your brain like a smartphone for a moment because you will understand this. Most people have an app called Dating and Validation running in the foreground pretty much 24/7. It drains the battery, sends constant annoying notifications like, "Oh, do you like me? Oh, why didn't you text me back?" and makes the whole phone slow and laggy. When you have a purpose, though, it's like actually moving that app to the background. I mean, it's still there, but it's not the thing controlling your brain and your behavior and your whole life. So when you're obsessed with a goal, You enter what in psychology is called flow state, where you are completely immersed in whatever you're doing. And the great thing about this is that you aren't thirsty for attention because you're already full from your own progress. And this naturally makes you attractive to women and respectable to men because we people are actually drawn to those who have their own gravity and whose people decide to orbit around them just naturally. So if you're busy pursuing greatness, you simply don't have the time to deal with low effort relationships of any kind. Purpose acts like a spam filter if someone doesn't respect your time or your goals. They just don't even make it past your inbox. So dating actually becomes effortless because you stop forcing things to work with women who just don't fit your mission, quite frankly. And as that saying goes, right? If you spend your time chasing butterflies, then just fly away. If you spend your time building a beautiful fortress and empire that was built on sacrifice and hard work, the butterflies will come to you. And even if they don't, I mean, you still have an empire to enjoy. So, purpose actually reclaims control of your mind, of your energy, and your whole trajectory as a man. And it gives you the biggest leverage in dating. And that's having low emotional dependency and the ability to walk away from any relationship that doesn't serve you. In psychology, we talk about differentiation of self, which is basically the ability to remain connected to someone else without actually losing your own identity or emotional stability in the process. But if you don't have a purpose, your happiness or fulfillment budget is entirely dependent on the person you're dating. You're like a gambler who put their last $500 on a single hand of cards. So you can't walk away from the table because if you lose, you have nothing left. And this is exactly what makes you desperate. Therefore, you start to tolerate behavior that goes against what you stand for, such as lying, disrespect, and betrayal, because you're actually terrified of being emotionally bankrupt. But when you do have purpose and are immersed into numerous endeavors, you have a diversified portfolio of opportunity. So if a relationship turns sour or no longer serves you, you can walk away because your life is full of meaning regardless. And listen, in any negotiation, the person with the most power is the one who needs that deal the least and has all the leverage. So, with this internalized in your mind, you can actually walk away from any relationship that doesn't serve you, maintain your values, and live a meaningful life that is actually filled with abundance. So, in short, purpose gives you leverage, it gives you freedom, and it gives you total control over your whole life. That said, I hope you got some insight from this video. If you've got any questions, please leave them down below. I'd be happy to help. And of course, if you need guidance navigating your relationships, you can click below and book a call with me directly, as always. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you later.